Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter, lesson number 6, tissues. Let us see what is tissues. This is all about living organisms. What is a tissue? Tissue is a group of cells that are similar in structure and work together to achieve a particular function. This group of cells forms a tissue. That means in the multicellular animals, so many cells are there of different shapes and different structures, but all the cells do not perform all the functions. Each group of cells perform a particular function. For example, muscular tissue, skeletal tissue. Muscles performs the function of the movement only, and the skeletal tissue that forms the bones. So they will perform some other function. Group of cells performing some a particular function. So what are tissues? Group of cells that are similar in structure and work together to achieve particular function forms a tissues. And cells specializing in one function are often grouped together in the body. This will perform a particular function and it is carried out by the cluster of cells, means group of cells. So group of cells performing a definite function is called a tissue. There are two types of tissues, plant tissue and animal tissue. Let us see in detail about plant tissue. See the second question, explain the classification of the plant tissues. Now plant tissues are of different types performing different kinds of functions, and this is the classification of the tissues. So the plant tissue is classified into two groups, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue of the plant is always responsible for the growth of the plants, because in this kind of tissue always the cell division goes on and number of cells increases. And permanent tissues means after the cell division, when the number of cells increases, then from this multicellular condition, group of cells are formed and they mature and take up a definite function, and then they stop cell division. This is called permanent tissue. The meristematic tissue again are of three types, apical, intercalary and lateral, depending on the position where they are present or the parts where they are present. They are apical, present on the apex of the root and shoot, intercalary and lateral. Intercalary means internodal, between the nodes, and lateral means they are present on the lateral side, on the sides of the stem. The permanent tissues again are simple and complex. That is, simple means composed of a single type of cell, and complex means made up of different types of cells. For example, you say if it is simple tissue will be formed of the single kind of cells. Suppose there are only circular shaped cells and this is all one type of cell. This is a simple tissue. And suppose there are circular shapes also, these shapes also there, and suppose certain cells are oval shape and they are different type of cells are there. This is complex. Simple tissue is made up of one kind of cell and complex tissue is made up of more than one kind of cells. That is the classification. Then the simple tissue is again classified into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma depending on their position and functions. And complex tissue again are of two types, xylem and phloem. They are made up of more than two types of cells. This is about the plant classification. Let us see each one in detail. What are the characteristics of the meristematic tissue? Means we have to tell about the shape, sizes of the cells which forms the meristematic tissue and what is the function of the meristematic tissue. The tissue where cells are constantly dividing, that means where the cell division continues, are called meristematic tissues. These tissues produce new cells. See, permanent tissues never perform the cell division. They do not produce new cells, but the meristematic tissue, they produce new cells. The growth of the plant occurs because of the meristematic tissue, because as the number of cells will increase, then the size of the plant part will increase. So the growth of the plant occurs because of the meristematic tissue. Now cells of this tissue are small, spherical, oval or polygonal. These are the shapes of the cells. They may be oval, polygonal or spherical, and there is no intercellular spaces between the cells. That means when the cells are compactly arranged like this, the cells have no space. See, no space is there between the cells. Intercellular space is absent. They possess abundant cytoplasm with a prominent nucleus. One single nucleus is there and lot of cytoplasm. And usually the plants have bigger vacuoles, but here the vacuoles are very small in size, and almost in most of the meristematic tissues they are absent. If they are present, then they are small in size. This is about the characteristic of the meristematic tissue. Now we can see about the types of meristematic tissue. Depending on the region where they are present, meristematic tissues are of three types: apical, lateral and intercalary. Apical, lateral and intercalary. Apical meristem means they are present on the root and shoot tips. Root and shoot tips. That means in the root, at the end of the root they are present, and if it is stem, the top of the stem they are present. So it is located at the tips of the roots and shoots. And where the meristematic tissue performs the cell division, if suppose on the tip of the shoot number of cells increases, the length of the shoot increases. And at the tip of the root, if the number of cells increases, length of the root increases, and the shoot grows vertically upward direction and the root grows vertically downward direction. So vertical growth is because of the apical meristem. It is known as primary growth. Next is lateral meristem. Lateral meristem are always lateral in position in the plant organs. Lateral in position means, suppose if this is the stem, then by the side of the stem, this is called lateral position. The number of cells, they are meristematic cells, and when the cell division occurs here, then the addition of size is there horizontally. So the stem grows broader, that is called tree trunk. It grows broader. So horizontal growth, that is horizontal growth of the plant part, is known as, because of the lateral meristem, it is also known as secondary growth. So it occupies the lateral position. The girth means diameter of the stem or root increases due to lateral meristem. Intercalary meristems, it is found at the base of the leaves or internodes on the twigs. Base of the leaves or internodes on the twigs means, suppose if this is a leaf and here there is another leaf, then it is located at the base. This base is known as node. It is located at the nodes of the leaves, here nodes of the leaves. And once it is located in the node, then when the cell division takes place, number of cells increases. So it is present on the internodal position between the nodes. So length of the stem between one branch to other is decided by this intercalary meristem. And once the cell division occurs, suppose here one branch is occurring, here different branches there, so then the length between the two branches is fixed. So this type of intercalary meristem is not always meristematic tissue. Once after the cell division the internodal distance is decided, then it becomes a permanent mass. So we can say it is found at the base of the leaves or internodes, and they shows meristematic property for short and merges with the permanent tissues. Then once the distance between the branches is decided, then the length remains permanent, so it becomes the permanent tissue. That's all for today's video. Then we'll meet in the next video.